This is Linda Favela, Ezekiel 12. This chapter consists of 4 prophecies. We'll take them one at a time. The first is 16 verses. Verse 1. Yahweh's word also came to me, saying, Son of man, you dwell in the middle of the rebellious house, who have eyes to see and don't see, who have ears to hear and don't hear, for they're a rebellious house. Therefore you, son of man, prepare your stuff for moving, and move by day in their sight. You shall move from your place to another place in their sight. It may be they will consider, though they are a rebellious house. You shall bring out your stuff by day in their sight as stuff for moving. You shall go out yourself at evening in their sight, as when men go out into exile. Dig through the wall in their sight and carry your stuff out that way. In their sight you shall bear it on your shoulder and carry it out in the dark. You shall cover your face so that you don't see the land, for I have set you for a sign to the house of Israel. I did so as I was commanded. I brought out my stuff by day as stuff for moving, and in the evening I dug through the wall with my hand. I brought it out in the dark and bore it on my shoulder in their sight. In the morning Yahweh's word came to me, saying, Son of man, hasn't the house of Israel, the rebellious house, said to you, What are you doing? Say to them, Thus says the Lord Yahweh, This burden concerns the prince in Jerusalem and all the house of Israel among whom they are. Say, I am your sign. As I have done, so will it be done to them. They will go into exile, into captivity. The prince who is among them will bear on his shoulder in the dark and will go out. They will dig through the wall to carry things out that way. He will cover his face because he will not see the land with his eyes. I will also spread my net on him, and he'll be taken in my snare. I'll bring him to Babylon, to the land of the Chaldeans, yet he will not see it, though he will die there. I will scatter toward every wind all who are around him to help him, and all his bands. I will draw out the sword after them. They will know that I am Yahweh when I disperse them among the nations and scatter them through the countries. But I will leave a few men of them from the sword, from the famine, and from the pestilence, that they may declare all their abominations among the nations where they come. Then they will know that I am Yahweh. Comment verses 1 to 16 are basically Yahweh's word came to me. He said, Ezekiel, these people won't listen, therefore do a demonstration for them. It may be that a demonstration will get their attention, even though they're rebellious. So do this, prepare your stuff for moving. Then in the daytime, while they're watching, move your stuff from your house to another place, any other place, it doesn't matter. Then do it again by bringing your stuff outside during the day like you're about to move. Then move out of your place at night while they watch. Do so like a man who's going into exile. During your night exit, leave your house by digging through the wall and carry your stuff out through the hole. As they watch, carry your stuff on your shoulder in the dark and cover your face so much that you have trouble seeing. This will all be a parable and sign to the house of Israel. So I, Ezekiel, did as Yahweh commanded me. I brought my stuff out in the daytime and carried it away like I was going into exile. In the evening I did it again by digging through the wall. I put my stuff on my shoulder and carried it away in the dark with my face covered. In the morning Yahweh came to me with the explanation. He said, Son of man, they asked you what you were doing, didn't they? Here's how to answer them. Say, Thus says the Lord Yahweh, this parable concerns the prince in Jerusalem, the so-called King Zedekiah. I call him prince because oftentimes I reserve the title of king for myself. And the parable concerns not just him, but all the house of Israel. Yahweh said to me, Tell them, I, Ezekiel, have been assigned to you. As I went out like I was going into exile, Israel will go into exile, into captivity. Some will go out during the day. Your king will go out at night, carrying his stuff on his shoulder. He'll dig through the wall of Jerusalem and try to escape the siege without being noticed, 2 Kings 25:4 and Jeremiah 39:4. He'll cover his face, trying to keep from being recognized to the point he can barely see. In verse 13, Yahweh says the king will wind up in Chaldea, which is the heart of the Babylonian Empire, though he won't see Chaldea, and he'll die there. He won't see Chaldea because the Babylonians will capture him while he's trying to escape, put his eyes out, and take him to Babylon blind. 2 Kings 25:7. In verse 14, Yahweh will scatter those who are around the king to every wind. The fulfillment was that when the Babylonians captured the king near Jericho, he had a little army with him, but the army scattered. 2 Kings 25:5. In verses 14 to 16, Yahweh will chase Zedekiah's men with the sword into whatever nations they flee, but Yahweh will leave a few of them alive to testify of their abominations among the nations. Now Yahweh will tell Ezekiel to act out another parable, verse 17. Moreover, Yahweh's word came to me, saying, Son of man, eat your bread with quaking, and drink your water with trembling and with fearfulness. Tell the people of the land, Thus says the Lord Yahweh concerning the inhabitants of Jerusalem and the land of Israel. They will eat their bread with fearfulness and drink their water in dismay, that her land may be desolate and all that is therein, because of the violence of all who dwell therein. The cities that are inhabited will be laid waste, and the land will be a desolation. Then you will know that I am Yahweh. Comment in verse 17, Ezekiel will play out a parable of eating food in fear with trembling and quaking. The message behind it is that when the Babylonians invade, all the people will be gripped with fear. The Babylonians will lay waste the cities and desolate the land because of the violence or malice or evil of the people. It's Yahweh's judgment against them. Now the third prophecy, verse 21. Yahweh's word came to me, saying, Son of man, what is this proverb that you have in the land of Israel, saying, The days are prolonged and every vision fails? Tell them, therefore, Thus says the Lord Yahweh, I'll make this proverb to cease, and there will be no more use of it as a proverb in Israel. But tell them, The days are at hand, and the fulfillment of every vision. For there will be no more any false vision nor flattering divination within the house of Israel. For I am Yahweh. I will speak, and the word that I speak will be performed. It will be no more deferred, for in your days, rebellious house, I will speak the word and will perform it, says the Lord Yahweh. Comment in verse 22, the people say the days are prolonged and every vision fails, which is to say, we've been hearing prophecies attributed to Yahweh for a long time, and none of them ever happen. Yahweh says, Tell them I'll make it so they stop saying that. Tell them the fulfillment of every vision and prophecy is at hand. I'll shut the mouths of the false prophets and hasten the fulfillment of the true prophets, for when I speak the word will be performed and no longer delayed, for in your days I will perform it. Yahweh doesn't say in this prophecy which prophecies he's talking about that will be fulfilled so soon, but it's pretty obvious he's talking about fulfilling the Babylonian destruction. Now the last prophecy of the chapter, it has almost the same point as this one, verse 26. Again Yahweh's word came to me, saying, Son of man, behold, they of the house of Israel say, The vision that he sees is for many days to come, and he prophesies of times that are far off. Therefore tell them, Thus says the Lord Yahweh, None of my words will be deferred any more, but the word which I speak will be performed, says the Lord Yahweh. Comment in verses 26 to 28, Yahweh came to Ezekiel and said, The people say your visions and prophecies are for the distant future. Tell them, Yahweh says, Not so. I will not delay fulfillment any longer. That which I say will be performed. Ezekiel 13 is next.